Neanderthal and Modern Skulls, a Comparison, Illustrations and Presentation by Gwynn. It is clear to see the uncanny similarities between our bodies and the bodies of our distant relatives, the Neanderthals. However, what sets us apart from them is equally as uncanny. The question is, why do we look different? Or specifically, why do our skulls look different? And how can living different lifestyles and surviving in different environments lead to the evolution of our bones? Our close relatives, the Neanderthals, or Homo neanderthals, our closest extinct relatives who coexisted with Homo sapiens for thousands of years and originated in Europe and Western Asia, sometimes even interbreeding with Homo sapiens. It has been discovered that Neanderthals used tools, controlled fire, and were sophisticated hunters, hence their muscular bodies which adapted to their hunting lifestyle. Human skulls of today. This is a pencil sketch I did of a modern human skull, and human skulls of today are characterized by these features. We have a large brain case designed to hold a bigger brain compared to earlier human species. We have a rounded skull shape, so the top of our skull is tall and rounded instead of long and low. We have a flat and vertical forehead. Our foreheads rise straight up instead of sloping backwards. We have a smaller, reduced face, and our face is flatter and less pushed forward and prominent, or protruding. We have smaller teeth and jaws compared to earlier humans, like Neanderthals. We have a lighter bone structure, so our bones are overall less heavy than earlier humans. And we have a narrower nose opening compared to some ancient human species. This is a pencil sketch I did of a Neanderthal skull, minus the jaw, but on the next slide there's going to be a jaw that I drew. But this is a sketch of a Neanderthal skull. And Homo neanderthals are characterized by these features. A long, low skull shape. Their cranium is stretched out instead of being tall and rounded. They have a large brain case that's similar in size to ours and sometimes larger, but it's shaped differently and it looks more pulled back instead of rounded. They have a sloping forehead. Their forehead angles backwards instead of rising straight up and being tall. And they have a very prominent brow ridge, which is the biggest difference in our faces, I think. They have a thick, heavy ridge above their eyes. They don't have a true chin. On this slide, we can't see the jaw, but on the next slide there will be a jaw. So we'll see that they don't have a chin. They have strong, heavy bones, so the skull is thicker and more robust overall. They have a wide nose opening, which is an adaptation to cold climates. So here are pencil sketches I did of a Neanderthal jaw and a modern human jaw. So on the left there's a Neanderthal jaw, and on the right is a modern human jaw. And we can see that the chin is not protruding like a modern human jaw. This is a closer look. So on the right we have some Neanderthal teeth. We can see they are much bulkier than our teeth. As a species adapts to certain living conditions, specifically dietary conditions, so do their teeth. So surviving on larger animals leads to evolution of stronger jaws and teeth. As humans evolved in behaviors and eating habits, our teeth developed less quickly, as if there was less of a rush for them to mature. Based on skeletal records left behind in order to survive what seems to have been a harsh life, our ancestors and close relatives were equipped with more durable teeth compared to modern human teeth. So a child would have a set of almost fully developed teeth. Ear bones. There's actually a drastic difference in how our ears might have been. Stronger teeth, early humans and close relatives also had uniquely adapted ear bones. Due to a structural change of the skull, a close look at a Homo sapiens ear bones compared to a Neanderthal's ear bones suggests that a change in brain case shape caused ear bones to begin to look distinctly different. So on the right, we have a 3D model of a Neanderthal ear, the inside of a Neanderthal ear compared to the inside of a human ear. These are two pencil sketches I did of a Neanderthal skull and a human skull. The modern human skull does not have a jaw in this drawing, but on the left we have a Neanderthal skull, and on the right we have a modern human skull. And we can see the difference in their brow ridges very easily in these, and how our foreheads are taller, our skulls are taller, and theirs are more pushed back. And then their faces are prominent, they come out. When comparing the skulls of Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, another difference between the two can be seen in their brow bones. Neanderthals possessed a pronounced and very distinctive brow ridge, which contrasts with our own flat and vertical foreheads. Scientists are uncertain as to why the brow ridge was so prominent in early man. As modern humans, we use our eyebrows to convey emotion. Communication might not have been as complex in our early relatives. So, in our daily life, we use our eyebrows to express anger or surprise or sadness or happiness. So maybe Neanderthals weren't as expressive in that way, like physically expressive. And that's something very interesting. Today, humans all throughout the globe have new developing technology and methods of living. Most humans today live in permanent homes, while Neanderthals were constantly on the move and hunting. While we have our differences, we also both control fire and care for one another in groups. As we have complex languages today, it is not known how Neanderthals communicated, whether they used learned words and alphabets or physical gestures. Even though Neanderthals lived much simpler lifestyles compared to us, we still share important traits. We only have clues into the behaviors of ancient humans. Their bones tell a story of how they lived and how we came to be. Although a significant amount of evidence has been discovered, this story is still being pieced together by archaeologists and scientists. Each fossil and skeletal structure provides another fragment of information, helping researchers better understand the connection between lifestyle, environment, and physical evolution. By studying differences in skull structures, such as teeth, ear bones, and brow ridges, we can make informed inferences about how early humans adapted to survive. These adaptations ultimately shaped the development of modern humans, demonstrating that even slight changes in behavior and environment can lead to major evolutionary differences over time. Thank you for your time. Thank you.